Since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Western governments froze billions in Russian assets. But behind the scenes, sanctioned oligarchs and companies are launching a massive legal counter-offensive. And the price tag, at least $62 billion. This video is based on a December 2025 report titled Frozen Assets, Hot Claims. It investigates how Russian oligarchs and sanctioned investors are using international investment treaties to sue governments over sanctions. These cases are not happening in public courts, but in private arbitration tribunals, through a system called Investor-State Dispute Settlement, or ISDS. ISDS allows foreign investors to sue states directly if they believe government actions harm their investments. These cases, bypass national courts, are often confidential, can result in huge compensation awards. What's alarming is that sanctions and national security measures, once considered untouchable, are now being challenged under this system. According to the report, 28 ISDS cases or threats are linked to Russia-related sanctions, 24 directly challenged sanctions, 13 cases were filed in 2025 alone. Known claims already total $62 billion, nearly matching the $70 billion of military aid the EU has provided to Ukraine since 2022. And that figure is likely much higher, because more than half of the cases don't publicly disclose the amounts claimed. Here are just a few striking cases. Mikhail Fridman, a sanctioned Russian oligarch, is suing Luxembourg for $16 billion after his assets were frozen. Russian investors have filed notices of dispute against Belgium, where €90 billion of Russian assets are held at Euroclear. Investors are suing Ukraine over sanctions, bank nationalizations, and security measures, often using investment treaties with EU countries. In total, more than half of all sanctions-related cases target Ukraine, the country under attack. These lawsuits are already having real-world consequences. Belgium has blocked the use of frozen Russian assets to support Ukraine, citing legal risks. The EU's decision-making is being paralyzed by fear of arbitration. National security policies are effectively being outsourced to private tribunals. The report warns that investment treaties are now being weaponized against sanctions policy. This problem isn't new. As far back as 2009, the European Court of Justice ruled that some investment treaties conflict with the EU's ability to impose sanctions. But most EU states never fixed or cancelled those treaties. As a result, Russian investors can still rely on outdated agreements, often protected by sunset clauses, that keep treaties alive for years after termination. The report calls for urgent action. Cancel investment treaties with Russia and Belarus, terminate EU-Ukraine investment treaties and remove sunset clauses, extend EU anti-ISDS sanctions protections to Ukraine, increase transparency around these cases. Ultimately, remove ISDS from all treaties. The core message is clear. As long as ISDS exists, sanctions and national security policies remain vulnerable. Sanctions are meant to be a powerful response to aggression. But this report shows how legal loopholes are allowing sanctioned elites to fight back, quietly, expensively, and effectively. The question now is whether governments will close those loopholes, or continue paying the price.